as we'll see Trevor Lawrence and the Washington football team taking on Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Fights through and now a crease. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
They go play action. Winston. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun. Winston. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Lawrence. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it. And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Get this one across the 35. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the 1st down with his legs. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. from the gun. It's a run for Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Here's Winston.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. On the punt, 2 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
First connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. They'll run. It's Gibson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
Flush to his right. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket.
Sean Payton not liking that last call. He's going to go ahead and challenge it. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say... So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with Gibson.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
2nd down and 3. Now Winston. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the Saints not only missing Drew Brees from last year, they also lost their top tight end, Jared Cook, to the Chargers. So tight end, it's a position in flux, but that's a nice grab there to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. Jameis to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Again, it's Winston. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And that'll be incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You've got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you.
And it'll be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 44. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. That's complete to Troutman right side. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Winston now. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the...
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Isaiah Simmons. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
On third down, Winston. Touchdown! Michael Thomas. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are back within a score.
And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's got it to Gibson.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw on 2nd and 6.
Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
What was that, Rob? Garrett Bowles, 2nd-team All-Pro last year. Guilty there.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here's Lawrence. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. T. Higgins.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Out is is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you...
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
After the sack on first down, Winston
steps away to his left. Winston into the slide, and he's got a first down. A gain there of 21 yards. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Winston now to throw on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half.
So we've reached halftime here.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This taken in at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Here's a give to Gibson.
They'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. The pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Kamara. Oh, able to avoid him. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Seven yards there and a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
From the red zone now, Winston. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Winston. And Winston lost the football. And does Washington have it? They do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On third down, Lawrence. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
To try again after the sack. Winston. And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Gibson again. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and when the offensive line is executed well today, to try and get him over 100 yards. Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run. It's Gurley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. You just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here, because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
Now a timeout called for by the defense, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
On the counter, Gibson.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
142 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Here's Lawrence to throw.
And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
Now Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack.
Lawrence. And he will find his man Ruggs.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibson, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson
with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the gun, Winston. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Being chased out left. Open man, that's Renfro. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And you've got